St. Louis City SC continues to march toward their MLS debut. Construction rolls on for the new stadium, and all signs point to being ready to go for the spring of 2023. Taylor Twellman is one of the most important soccer figures in our town's history. From being the best goal scorer of his generation to being the #1 analyst in the country. And Taylor is tonight's Cardinal Buick Sunday Conversation. We are joined by one of the greatest players in MLS history, Taylor Twellman. I remember it like it was yesterday. We do a story on you kicking field goals for the football team at St. Louis U High and then going to soccer practice. Do you think you could have made it in the NFL as a kicker?
Frank, in my own mind, I feel like I was in the Hall of Fame as a kicker, Hall of Fame as a baseball player, golfer, and everything else. But I have no idea, my man. No clue.
After what you saw from the United States against Mexico, do you believe that they have a chance to make a run in the World Cup?
They got to qualify first. Frank, I hate to say it, they got to qualify first. They struggled against Honduras. Yes, they got a result. Is there a ton of hope there and promise? Absolutely, 100%. We've got more young players playing at the highest level than we've ever had in this country. Right now, promise and hope is at an all-time high from the men's side.
Assess the World Cup chances of two St. Louis products. First, Josh Sargent.
I think Josh Sargent will be a huge factor in World Cup qualifying. Absolutely, 100%. Will he be the starter? He's got to start scoring goals for the United States, and Greg Berhalter needs him to start scoring goals. But he's going to be a huge part of the United States men's national team over the next 2 cycles, to say the least.
How about Tim Ream?
That's an interesting one. That's almost a yesterday man playing in today's game. Do I think he's on the rosters for World Cup qualifiers? I do, because of what Berhalter wants in that position. But to ask me come November of 2022, I'm not so sure.
Tell me why this MLS crowd is such a hip crowd.
I think it's because it's inclusive, first off, and it's young. Major League Soccer's in the top 4 sports sold here at ESPN because it's young, it's hip, it's diverse, it's inclusive, and it's the way the sport is growing. And for so long, Frank, you've been around. We've talked about soccer as being the sport of the future. When people say that now, I don't think they're doing their homework. They're not seeing that it's outrating baseball locally. They're not seeing that it's outrating hockey locally in a lot of these markets. And so soccer's here. It's just a different crowd. And I also think that's why it's going to work in St. Louis, because St. Louis needs to evolve a little bit.
Yeah, give me your take on that. In the spring of 2023, when the team comes, there's a lot going on. Cardinals will be in the middle of their season. The Blues could be in the postseason. Do you think it's a slam dunk success here?
Absolutely. It's not even debatable. The reaction of where you saw season ticket deposits is setting records in Major League Soccer in less than an hour. That tells you where it is. Frank, there's few, if any, cities in the United States of America where soccer's in the fabric of the city from 1930 on. It's literally going to transform the city of St. Louis, which has had its problems over the last 10 years. It needs to evolve. It needs to be more diverse. It needs to be more inclusive. It's got to join the 21st century here, because Kansas City has already outdone what St. Louis has done. And Frank, as long as I've been alive, that's never been the case. St. Louis is behind the 8 ball a little bit. They know that. And I think the Taylor family is using the vehicle of soccer, the stadium and the facilities and everything in and around that stadium to really grow the city of St. Louis. I know the DeWitts are very interested to see how it works, because I think they know the younger Cardinal fan is going to want to go to a soccer game. It's only 2 hours. It's going to be a little bit different energy. The Cardinals are going to listen. St. Louis is always going to be Cardinal baseball town. I'm not saying it's going to change, but it may actually. It may, and that's going to be a hot take for everyone to get after me on social media. But watch out, because the younger fan, they don't want to sit through 3 hours of baseball anymore. And I don't care if it's at Busch Stadium or not, which is where I was grown up. I don't see it, Frank. I think this thing's going to throw a huge wrinkle into the St. Louis sports landscape.
Sum up your life in soccer.
It was my destiny. It was what I was supposed to do. I probably had a bigger love for baseball. I know I had a bigger love for golf. And yet I was destined to do what I did. I was destined to play and try to make it at the highest level. I was destined to get a concussion and have my career end at a very young age, and I was destined to use my platform to help educate others. And the only way I was going to do any of this or having this Zoom and conversation with you is by playing soccer. So I would sum it in one word. I would use the word destiny.